what you see a lot out here on YouTube is people just doing wild card weekend, too scared to go all the way in, dip their feet in, and just say, you know what, I'm predicting the entire playoffs. But I'm not like everybody else on YouTube. Let's go. First game, Chargers, Houston Texans. Easy to break this one down. Houston, not very great second half of the season. Chargers, very, very good second half of the season. LA has been pounding on teams, usually bad ones. I think they win this game by at least 14. Give me them 28-14 against Houston. Baltimore versus Pittsburgh. This is another game that I think is the same situation. Baltimore rolling, Pittsburgh falling. Pittsburgh will drop another one, and that probably brings into question how good is Mike Tomlin. I don't know. Give me Baltimore by a lot, 35-10. Next up, Buffalo, Denver. This is the take I'm maybe get the most hate for, but I've been letting it go in my head. And I'm not going to pick Denver just before you think, oh my God, Luke's picking Denver. No, I'm not picking Denver. Although I am going to say very boldly, this game will be 28-24 Buffalo. I think Denver keeps it super close. So much pressure on Buffalo. They've had such a great year. The reason that I really have them outright winning is because it's at Buffalo. I think you put this game in Denver, it might be a different result. But with how good Denver's defense is, Buffalo's not going to be able to run away with this game. Even if their offense struggles, their defense is just too good. On the other side, Minnesota versus LA, right? The Vikings versus the Rams. Vikings come off a sad loss, Week 18, a bad, sad loss. But they're going against the Rams. There's no home field advantage there. Vikings fans will travel. Give me Minnesota 28-21. Next game, Tampa Bay, Washington. I looked at this game for a while, okay? And I had to think to myself, as good as Jaden Daniels and the Commanders are, they haven't really played any big games, and they've lost a lot of them to playoff caliber teams, right? They've lost a ton of, I got to keep getting center, games to good teams. And won a lot against bad teams. Well, it's the playoffs now, buddy, and you have no playoff experience versus Baker Mayfield, who I very much enjoy watching. I think he's going to get a win here in the wild card round and advance. 28-17. Kind of a big win. Next up, Philadelphia, Green Bay. No doubt about it. Give me Philadelphia. Green Bay is a team who, again, was kind of on a downturn. They looked not as great second half of the season, in my opinion. A lot of people are going to debate that. Philadelphia, on the other hand, is just very good, very consistent, and I think they're going to roll 35-14. Next up on the other side of the bracket, Chargers, Chiefs. This is the craziest game to predict, but let me tell you guys why I did it. So 19-17 was the score that the Chiefs won by second time they played. 17-10 is the score they won by the first time they played. Meaning they beat the Chargers by a combined 9 points in the two games they played this year. Third time's a charm for the Chargers. I've seen it happen so many times in the playoffs. Divisional matchups, third time, the other team gets it. Chiefs resting their starters is going to hurt them. They're going to be rusty. Chargers go off to an early 14-0 lead. It will be close in the end. Give me them 35-32. Chargers win. Crazy upset. Baltimore, Buffalo. This is one that racked in my head as well. Who am I going to pick? Buffalo has not as many weapons. We've known that all year. Allen has played at MVP level. He's kind of covered that up. It's the playoffs now. You can't really cover it up. You have MVP level Lamar on the other side with better weapons. And, in my opinion, a slightly better defense does just enough to beat Buffalo. This will be a crazy good game. 28-27 Baltimore. I think this is going to be instant classic. On the other side, NFC Championship, Philadelphia Eagles versus the Detroit Football Lions. Give me Detroit. From the beginning of this year, I told you guys my Super Bowl champion was the Lions. Didn't really get a lot of pushback for that, obviously. I think that's a super obvious pick. If you're picking a team from the NFC to be your Super Bowl champion, you're only picking really, Detroit or San Francisco probably. San Francisco ain't even here. They didn't make it. I don't think anybody expected the rebirth of the Eagles like they did, but good on them. Saquon is probably going to have a big game, but the DBs and safeties of the Lions are very high level. I think they also have great receivers and a great running back duo themselves. They do just enough to win. This is a crazy high score, 38-35 Detroit. Baltimore versus the Chargers. I have the Chargers in the AFC Championship. What am I doing? I don't know, but this is the path that I saw. Give me Baltimore, though, maybe to kind of roll. This might be a snooze fest. I think this is something stupid like 17-10. Baltimore wins. So this sets up a championship game between Baltimore and Detroit. Ravens going to be coming in flying high. Lions looking for their first Super Bowl. Baltimore looking for the first one in a while. And this is a game that's going to come down to who wants it more? Who's been here more? Baltimore's been here more. Who wants it more? The Detroit Lions biting kneecaps off. They're going to win 49. No, hell no. That's way too high for Super Bowl. Let me rethink that. 27-24. Detroit is going to win the championship. Call me crazy or call me a fortune teller. See you guys next time.